What is up, guys? This is your buddy E-bikeguy. Today I got a very interesting video for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Now, so I've been talking, I've been building batteries with no BMS because of the fact that, I've been wanting the most performance overall of the battery performance, and I use pretty much some good cells like Moly cell, the Moly cell P42A, P45B, Samsung 30Ts, the 40Ts. My boy, DIY 500 amp. He's going to be sending me some JP40 cells. I am very eager to try those out, and I'm going to be building E-bike kid his next battery with the JP40. So I'm super stoked for that. But in today's video, we're going to be talking about something similar to a BMS that I have came across through one of my favorite YouTubers. I talk to on a regular basis on Messenger, and I will at the end of this video I will announce his name because I don't remember it right off the top of my head, but it's something interesting, and it's something like a BMS, but it's not like a BMS because the BMS, it handles discharging, charging, temperature, all the good stuff, Bluetooth, anyways. So what I'm going to bring to y'all today, I have some active balancers. Okay, brought some for my kids. I brought one for me and one for my customer that's getting a time bike icon done. But first we're going to do e-bike kids on because that is the battery that we're going to be doing first, and then I'll probably do mine tomorrow and my son's later on because I have to fix his e-bike. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get to it. Okay, so it says flying super capacitor balancing. So the product name is the EK. So this is Enerkey. So EK-16S4EB. So this is basically what it says an Enerkey. It's a 16S because he's is on 60 volts, and it's a 4 amp balancer, and it does LiPo. It says LTO. LFP, which is, I think that's lithium, and NCM. So that is the box that's in front of the box. It comes in a just a plain box like this. So but we're gonna open up and see what we got. First we're gonna have our balancing leads. Oh, they gave us some long ones. Probably won't be using all this. I'll probably be cutting them a little bit short and going to use this on his battery. We're going to go ahead and hook that up. So here's your balancing leads, and I believe the ones at the end is going to be the red. It's going to be positive, and it has the letters right here. It says B plus. So that is a B plus. Then we're going to go on the positive side of the battery. Here's another one, and that is 16S right here. So that is the last one. So it's pretty straightforward on how to hook this up. Start from battery minus. That's what I'm going to do, and then you're going to connect the rest on positive. Here it is, battery minus, and it has the numbers where to connect them to, so that's what we're going to do. And yeah, so that is the balancing leads right there that we're going to use, and they're real thick, so they're real pretty thick. It's going to be 4 amps going into this to balancing these cells in the battery, so they got to have some pretty thick wires. And here's the unit. So this is a unit, so it's a Enerkey. It's a 4 amp. And it's the accuracy is about 1 millivolt. Okay, probably gonna be setting this to about maybe 0.5. So it don't have to be that close, but yeah. So definitely gonna be using this right here. We're gonna be hooking this up. We're gonna open the Bluetooth app. I have no idea about these right here, so I'm gonna be trying my best to describe what I'm thinking, in the app, because I'm gonna have a screen record in the app, and yeah, so we're gonna try to get this bad boy hooked up. So yeah, so anyway, so these are the the plugs for the balancing wires. You have your battery, battery voltage all the way to 16S, and then your battery positive. So yeah, so pretty stoked to go ahead and get this hooked up inside the battery, and yeah, let's see what this bad boy got. So anyway, so we got the smart active balancer actually on the battery, and it's working. So let me show you what's going on with it. So here it is. So we have 3 lights. So So if you see right here, we have our blue light. This is Bluetooth saying that we're connected. We have the yellow light that's blinking. That means that the balancer is actually working. And then the third one is a red one that's create like a fault or some sort of alarm or an error code or something. You know what I mean? That's something going on with the battery. But anyway, so we're gonna log on in. All right, so let's go ahead and log in, and I'm gonna show you what it's doing right now. All right, so right there at the bottom we have Enerkey, right there by eBay app. We're gonna press that. I'm already logged in, so if you can see, we have a voltage deviation or difference, 317 millivolts, which is crazy. It wasn't like that at first because of the fact that I had been rebuilding this battery, so I didn't charge them. You know, I didn't match the voltage, and then some of these batteries doesn't come, you know, match all the way. You know, saying when it comes from the factory. But anyway, so we have a crazy voltage deviation though, but it was way worse than this. So we had a cell deviation of like 355 volts, but it did come down to 314 millivolts. So it is actually doing its job. So you see right here we have a total voltage of 63, max voltage 4.062, minimum voltage. We have a average voltage, the voltage deviation, the system temp. I wish it was in Fahrenheit, but you know, but it's all good, you know what I mean? So yeah, so we have total cells of 16, and it's on LFP, which is, you know, lithium phosphate. And you know, let's go to alarm. So everything is normal. So you can see battery information. We have an equalization, line information, temperature information. Everything is all good from there. We go to settings. We have which is 16. You can set all this. We have a startup voltage, deviation voltage, which is 0.5 millivolts, and we have a maximum equalization current, which is 4 amps. Our stop voltage at 2.5 volts, and our run is at 2.6, and our amp hour, state of charge amp hour is about 40 amp hours, and I believe that's what that is. And then, you know, battery type and the buzzer once, you know what I'm saying. So you can change all this in the settings. It's very easy to use, and I noticed that you go here that there's no, you can turn it off and on if you want to, but its equalization is on, and it just gives some information up here. So we're gonna see. We're gonna be coming back in about, you know, maybe about an hour and see where we at. It is dropping down pretty fast. Only been doing it for 30 minutes now, and yeah. So we'll see what's up with that. So anyway, we're gonna try mine, which is the 24S 10 EB. So we're gonna try my battery right quick. So it's connecting. All right, so this is my battery right now. The equalization current is 0, so I'm going to turn it off, and it's be on standby right now. So we have the total voltage is 77, which is a deviation voltage of you know, 0.004 millivolts. So that's pretty damn good. So it really did its job. So anyways, if you can see that the smart balancer is actually checking the voltage through the entire cell group. The number 20, it's a little bit on the low side, but it's still right there, so that when it goes over the threshold of 5 millivolts, it will actually start charging again. So, but this is incredible, guys. I mean, it just balanced all my pack, and it was way worse when I started. It was at 250 millivolt difference, or, you know. So anyway, so yeah, pretty incredible, guys. You know that this is you know, how this smart active balancer. No, I'm recording. Oh. So I'm just showing about the Enerkey. So the Enerkey smart active balancer. So it balances all the cells, as you can see. So each cell group from 1 to 20. See, they all matches almost. See, all matches.
Show them.
Yeah, I am. I'm showing it right now. So I'm going to put this screen record on the video too, so they can see this as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is my battery. So we're going to check Jay's battery. So we're going to check his 16.4. As we're going to check his. Now his was way worse than mine. He was at 800. Oh shoot! So it's at 5 millivolts. So wow. So when I left field this morning, it was at 256 millivolt difference. And as you can see, yeah, all of them are actually charged. You know what I'm saying? But this is e-bike kids. Hold on. So e-bike kids on. This is he's at 5 right now, and yeah, no. So I stopped the equalization. So let's go back, and we're gonna check. That's 16, and we're gonna check the 24, 4.
I gotta sit down.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm just letting you know what's going on. We're gonna check that. His now. That's the one that was way off. So hold on, it's connecting. So it's at 150. I was right. So 150 difference of voltage. But it's just.
And what does that do? Just scan batteries, or what?
No. So guys, so e-bike woman wants to know what this does. So what it does, Jay's battery was way out of bounds. So cell number 15 was at 2.8 volts. The rest of them was at like 3.0. What it does, you see the red? It's actually discharging from cell number 5 and then discharging from cell number 11. And what it's doing is taking the energy, storing it in the Enerkey, and then it's going to charge the blue.
All the cells that need to be charged.
Exactly. What it's trying to do is match each cell voltage, so we have a more efficient battery pack.
Yeah, it's basically an equal cell charge, right?
Basically, what it's for a balancer, just like the lipos. You know, hook the lipo batteries in a balance charger.
Right.
This does it, but it's an onboard system. So.
What are these rings for?
Oh, those like carburetor clean.
And those are jets, right?
Yeah, that's extra gaskets and stuff. So we need that. So, anyways, guys, so this is the one. So this is Jay's battery. I'm sorry, because we had the e-bike kids on. His e-bike kids on is way better. Y'all see that's my doorbell. But anyways, it was at 800 millivolt of a difference, and it was very terrible. Cell number 15, it was very low, almost a volt difference. It was almost a volt difference between this whole pack. But cell number 15 is very low, as you can see. Cell number 15 actually caught up. It actually brought the number 15 almost close to the rest of the cell groups, and it's holding steady at 72 point. It was at 72 volts still, and it was running for 16 hours. So I put this on yesterday. So I've been a full 16 hours since it's been ran. Since I installed this, and it's doing pretty good, guys. So I don't know what to say, man. It's I feel a lot more better, actually seeing the cell groups. And, and what's good about this is that if anything happens, it will let you know in the alarm. So when you go to your alarm or your error code, it'll let you know if anything is at normal. And everything's good. You got the battery information is good. And equalization line information, it's also good. And then we got the temperature is good. So the balancer, the MOSFETs, the temperature 1, temperature 2, it's also good, and that's pretty damn awesome. So yeah, so we're good right there now. Just I'm gonna close this out, and we're gonna conclude the story and tell you what I think now. So guys, I have two BMSs. I mean, this is really not a BMS. This is actually a smart active balancer. This is a BMS. So the two differentiates one each other, So they got one thing in common, which is they can do a little bit balancing. This one's more of a passive. This one's active. So this one's going to do more balancing than the amp BMS, but it does monitor each parallel group, and it does some sort of balancing. But this one does at about 4 amps, 4 to 10 amps. And the BMS probably maybe a couple millivolts, maybe, when it starts to do its balancing, which is going to take a lot longer. The difference between two, that this one monitors discharge and it monitors the charging rate. Also, it has a limiting factor of 100, and I think this was 120 amps, 125 amps. So if you go over the, you can go a little bit over the 125 amps, but anymore. The BMS will shut you down. Also monitors battery temperature, and it monitors the charging rate that goes in. Also, if anything goes bad with the parallel groups, it will shut you down, shut the charging down on the charging and discharge too as well. But you know, I haven't been running no BMS. I wish I'd have known about this. You know, this been out for a while. I wish I'd known about this when I started my YouTube channel. I didn't know this stuff like this existed, but I do know BMS exists. Not the smart ones, but I knew BMS do exist. Also, all BMS is not created equal either. So you got to get a good one like an Ant or a JK Dolly. You know, those type of BMSs right there. Also, I think the 500 DIY amp, or you know, I think I said his name right, his YouTube name right. He's has some BMSs on his website as well, so y'all might have to go check him out. I'll probably have a link in the description where you can go to his website. But anyway, so yeah, let's talk about this boy. So I'm very impressed with this. It saved me a lot of money. So this active balancer actually saved me a ton of money, because if I never put nothing like this on my son's battery with Jay, I could be, you know, replacing more cells. You know, here I am. You know, here's a 16P. I'll probably invest in more cells to replace it. So this actually saved my life. You know, and to be honest, I don't know what to say, because like I said, I don't want to sound like I'm a hypocrite. But you know, thanks to my subscriber, I'm gonna shout out to him, man. He definitely saved me a lot of money. Let me go on my messenger, because he the one that introduced me to a smart balancer. So definitely want to give a shout out to him. Hope I'm saying your name right, but I'm going to Kern Hamilton. So Kern Hamilton, man, he is a lifesaver. In my opinion, I believe if you don't want to run a BMS, at least run one of these. Now these are big. These are big and clunky, you know what I'm saying? But you got to admit that 4 amps, man. I mean, you know, it's charging your pack. I mean, depends on how big your pack is. You know what I'm saying? You might have to upgrade to an 8 amp version or 10 amp version. They do have a 15 amp version, but this is like almost twice as big as the 4 and 10 amp versions. And you have to have like at least about a good 200 amp hour battery to use that 15 amp balancer. I believe 4 amps is more than enough for a typical e-bike, and not all e-bikes can use this. So they do have balancers that's a little bit smaller than this, but it might take a little bit longer to charge or balance your cells. I didn't know that was even exist. So listen. So now the way I got my knowledge of not having a BMS, just me prior from using RC cars. When I fast charge my LiPo batteries, I usually just fast charge it, but I don't use the balance lead to balance charge them. I didn't ever do that. And you know, I have a helicopter, I have an X Max, I have a Max my son plays with. I got to get batteries for them, but they're old and puffy and all that stuff. But yeah, the reason, another thing too to have one of these, because not all batteries come out of the factory charged the same voltage. You're going to have some that's a little bit lower, some that's going to be higher. You put them in parallel, you know what I'm saying, you put them all in parallel together, depending on how much you do. You know, you might have a different voltage. You know, so you got this parallel group and this parallel group. This parallel group might be 3.8 volts. This one might be 3.5 volts. You know, that is a big difference I see now between the different voltage. So this one's gonna deplete faster. I mean, the one that's lower voltage, I believe, 3.8 volts, 3.5. This is gonna deplete faster. So if this one deplete faster, what's gonna happen is gonna kill this parallel group. So, and then next thing you know, your bike won't turn on. So with a you know, with one of these, what's going to happen, it's going to charge this one. It'll discharge from this one. So 3.8 volts, 3.5. It'll discharge from this cell because of higher voltage, and it'll send the energy inside of this these super capacitors inside, and it will discharge into the cells that's actually lower, and it will try to equalize the voltage between the two parallel groups. So this is what this does right here. If you don't want to run a BMS, like, you know, this this is more for I know if you in high performance and you want a little bit of security, of, you know, a little bit of safety in charging and monitoring your cells, go ahead and get you an after balancer. I'm probably going to have a link in the description where you can get one of these at. I really do highly recommend it. And to be honest, like I say, I don't want to sound like a hypocrite, but that's probably going to be the last time I'm going to be running my batteries without one of these. I've got to at least have some sort of a balancer in it. So thanks to Kern Hamilton that wrote to me and said, you know, try this out, you're going to love it. And I said, yep, because I was on the verge of fixing my son's battery. And I said, yep, let me go ahead and grab one. Also, I grabbed one of my customers one. They're going to, on my tummy bikes, they will have an active balancer in it, you know. So when I build a tummy bike for anybody, they will have one of these in there. So just to let y'all know. And if you do want to monitor your cells, you can download the app, Enerkey. Download the app. You can automatically connect the Bluetooth, and you can actually monitor your cells. You can actually change your password. You can actually monitor, you know, your cells, and you can set your cutoff voltage, start voltage, your millivolt voltage difference and stuff like that. You can actually do it with the after the balancer. As opposed to BMS, you pretty much can do the same thing with this as well. It's just that it's more of a gateway. So this one monitors everything. So more of a safety issue. Grab you a nice BMS like one of these, or a JK BMS. I highly recommend those because those are more easy to use, in my opinion. They're more smaller, and you can get these smaller too, by the way. So anyway, so that is my thoughts on the Enerkey Smart not Smart BMS, but Smart Active Balancer. You can I wouldn't say they're expensive, but they're not cheap either. Especially their 10 and 15 amp versions. You can pick one of these up for about $60 to $65. The 16S model, which is an E-bikeguy e-bike, I think I paid like $43 for his. Like I say, highly recommend it. And yeah, so I just wanted to show y'all what happened since the day I installed those active balancers to the time now. So it's been a full 24 hours. As you can see, my battery and my son's battery, E-bikeguy battery, is fully equalized. Jay's battery was more severe than my battery and E-bikeguy battery. So it's going to take a little bit more time. And once it gets balanced, then they won't have no problem charging them. And the best thing about those, they will charge up. They will balance while you're charging, and they will balance while you're discharging as well. So that's all I want to say. So anyways, I hope this video was helpful. I do apologize. I was misled thinking that we don't need a BMS and, you know, any type of a cell balancer, because, you know, saying they're not just one each individual cell. We're talking about a lot of cells, and we're talking about a lot of money, okay, going to these cells. These are like $4.85 a pop, the P45Bs. And last thing you need is you turn your e-bike on and your battery's not working, and then you go and check your voltage and you have no voltage, and now you have to trace down which parallel group is bad. And depends. And I have, guys, I have this glitter A11H, which is a beast to get cells loose. I mean, this thing will, when it's on there, and you would literally have to pull and cut your way to the parallel group you're trying to get out. And the glue the glue that I'm using it's a pain. So I don't want nobody to go through nothing like that. You know what I mean? So that's the reason why I made this video. Okay, for everybody to see that you know, stuff like this came up, you know, and I learned, you know what I'm saying? Everybody, you know, you learn from your mistakes. You learn something new every day. I learn something new every day when I do these e-bikes. I wasn't born an e-bike guy, you know what I mean? And I wish nobody don't think I'm an e-bike guy, because like I said, I'm still learning, but I try to do the best I can, especially when, you know, building batteries for people make everybody happy, you know, and you know, so I mean, once, like I say, now they do have a cell balancer where you can actually balance each individual cells. Before, if you're not running a BMS, if you're not running one of these or a BMS, they do have a cell balancer that you can balance each cell, and then you can put them, you know, you can put them together in a parallel group, and then all cells be, you know, balanced. Also check your voltage. If you get cells from a supplier, I know it's a pain, I know it's intuitive, I mean, more work involved, but just check your voltage on the cell. Make sure they're at least in a millivolt each other, you know what I'm saying? If they're not, charge it, you know, or put them on a balancer, get them all balanced, and then because you want to be thorough with this, you know what I'm saying? This is, you know, very expensive, you know, especially when you're high powered batteries, and then you don't want to, you know, start a fire and overheat, thermal runaway and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that is my thought, and it was hard making this video, but I had to. It was more of a like apology, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, running these, you know what I'm saying, and you know what I'm saying, I still believe in not running a BMS because of the performance you get out of cells, maximum continuous amps. Running through a BMS, you don't get what you actually pay for. They make BMSs that will handle the current, but you still have a resistor. So, but at least if we're not running a BMS, we get one of these. Build a battery pack. If you've been a big high amp hour battery pack, high discharge battery pack like what I have, Jay has, Jacoy has, grab yourself one of these. You will not regret it. You will be happy. Okay, so anyway, so that is it for today's video. This is the e-bike guy, like I say, Kern Hamilton. Thank you very much. Big shout out to him, because without him I wouldn't even know this exists, but I do know these exist. I didn't know these exist out there. I didn't know nothing about these right here until he told me about this. So I was very interested in grabbing me one of these and giving it a test. So anyway, so yeah, thank you, man. Anyway, so I will let y'all go. Long talk, but yeah, this is more about the Enerkey Smart Active Balancer, then a little bit of talk about, you know, batteries and BMSs and stuff like that. A little more on that. Also, I'll be talking about chargers, which charger to get. Also, I have another review coming up. Let me show y'all something right quick. Before I go, this is a smart charger, actually from PitZoom. It actually turns your ordinary charger into a smart charger. Okay, so be lookout for this video as well. I did test this out, and it's a very good charger. So enhancer, that's what this is, a charge enhancer. So that is it for today's. I'm sorry. So that is it for today's video. This is the e-bike guy, and I'll see you in the next one.